Welcome, guys. I'm about to announce who is going to be replaced in the event. No, not who is going to be replaced. I think most of you know that by now. No? Probably. It's T90! What? What? Who is the weakest link? No. First, let's take a look at the statement. Let's read it together. So, I guess I could just show our DMs because he showed them too. So I got this message from him this afternoon from T90. Hey, so I slept on it. Emotions have cooled off a bit. I'm definitely feeling like the right call is to step away from the event. Now, if you guys don't know context, T90 initially declined the invitation to the event, but then his editor, who he has been working with for 10 years on YouTube, said that it would be a really, really cool event to be a part of, and he was hoping T90 would take the invite. So he thought about it, he respected his editor a lot, and he decided to join because he thought it could be a really cool opportunity. But he underestimated a little bit the commitment that would be required. This is a tough pill for me to swallow because another part of me says if I agree to play I should follow through, but I think following through in the right way is important to give your community and Warcraft 3 what they desire out of this. I really want to be fair to you and your community, so I'll take you up on your offer of bowing out early. I do want to clarify a few important things to you and your community if you wish to share them though. Yes, my editor did encourage me to play in this, and I may not have changed my no to a yes without his influence. But by no means was I forced to do this or do this just because he wanted. He pointed out a lot of the fun aspects that this brings beyond just Warcraft 3 the game itself, and I really did want to try out something new on stream, interact with you and other awesome streamers, and interact in front of other RTS viewers and gamers. I knew Warcraft 3 would be different, but I figured everyone else is also learning at a similar rate, and I saw the challenge inherent in that. What I didn't realize is how little time I would have to prepare compared to others. He means he's like partially busy with AoE 2, among other things. And like he started a little later because he was busy, this kind of thing. And just how different Warcraft 3 is than other RTS games I've seen. And this is partially true because Warcraft 3 is like heavy on battle, lower on macro and economy. In a way. There is the upkeep economy, but it's not the same as AoE 4. To be fair, when I went to AoE 2 and AoE 4, what I liked most about it is the heavy emphasis on multiple resource management and optimization. It's really fun, and Warcraft 3 doesn't have it. So I can see how that feels like less than. And he hasn't had a chance to organically discover how Warcraft 3 is more than in other ways. Due to a busy schedule, my first real time on the game was the 4-on-4, and I was under immediate pressure in front of thousands to get good as quickly as possible. It is true that this would be stressful for him and is unideal, but also I didn't force him not to prepare for it, right? Like he could have tried to find time to prepare for to at least set up his hotkeys and stuff and to understand like an opening build order. But if he's too busy, it is what it is. That's life, right? Like, and he still came to the 4-on-4, but it's not like our fault as the tournament organizer, right? He forced himself into that. So I'm not blaming him. He's not blaming, but he's just saying how he feels, which by the way is super valid. I was under immediate pressure. This is true, right? So what this did though is force me to break every rule I've ever given anyone when they start AoE 2. Find a love and appreciation for the game, civs, units on your own first, build from there. I was deep in builds and meta before I could even differentiate between certain units, sending peasants onto the front line like a dumbass thinking they were footmen, and the list goes on. You were explaining game theory to me, which I did love, but some of it didn't stick with me or I couldn't fully process it, because I was still fighting with other core basics. So instead of playing something I enjoyed and naturally learning over time, I instead tried to min-max on getting good. Small note about this, I switched to StarCraft 2 because Warcraft 3 was dying. There were no more tournaments. And I feel a semblance of what he's feeling here, that even though it is a self-imposed choice, I could have just gone and get a job in the real world, right? No one forced me. I wanted to do it. Even though it was self-imposed, that doesn't mean it's not valid when you feel what you feel, which is I didn't fully give myself a chance to organically discover a love of ST2 as well. I needed to get good early because I had sponsors and fans that relied on me. And I switched from being Warcraft 3 World Champ, going into a game where I'm unproven. And that's scary and that's risky. So that's not the natural way of starting to learn a game usually. All I'm saying is, I get it. I understand how he's feeling. Adapt when you skip. Oh, and then when you skip enjoyment and self-discovery, and you are in fact not good, it's killer. I get it. He's top 100 in AoE 2, and he's not here. And when I first started streaming games that I was not very good at, it was very difficult to find my identity as a streamer. Because I had gotten used to helping people learn the games that I play. I play Heroes of the Storm. I was not pro, but I was pretty good. And I could make guides for people, and I was in the top 50 of the ladder. So I was good enough to teach people, and I also felt like I had a little bit of knowledge where I don't rely on backseating, and in fact I'm good enough to know that most of the backseating was wrong. But in fact HOTS didn't have that much backseating. So when I started playing a new game where I am not that, but I'm actually noob, something like Elden Ring, it's tough, because suddenly the comfortable position that you've taken where your streaming style is to, you know, beat your opponents, be pretty competitive, teach people, it's not there. So what do you go to next? And if you haven't developed that skill, damn, there's so much drama around a minuscule event. No, it's not drama. There's no drama at all. A lot of people worry when there's a lot of words that therefore it's drama, but that is actually your own trauma, because there is no fight here. You have a trauma about words because they've been thematically bad for you. Someone used words to swamp out your opinion, and that's the trigger that you're feeling. It's word trauma. A lot of people feel uncomfortable with lots of words. There's nothing wrong here. Okay, so it wasn't fun, and I felt kind of trapped instead of having a yearning to learn or adapt, which is key. I think this is super interesting because he's actually articulating himself very well. A final thing, when we were on call for training, I was very much aware that we were also putting on a show for fans. I was lost on how to entertain because I was in over my head. Until I fucked up, you called it content, and I leaned into my helpless feelings because I thought, well, helplessness is all I've got, maybe being the Dumbo Clown is the best way I can provide content. Looking back, if I was a Warcraft 3 fan, I would have hated that behavior. Yeah, because fans will feel like he's not taking the game seriously. No, I get it. T90 is a nice enough person, entertainer, that everyone would be okay with him just not being good and learning the game very slowly. He has a lot of support for that. So this is more like his own discomfort with not being in a authority/knowledge position. We would have all been fine with it. People were not maliciously clowning on him. And I don't think he thinks that either, that people were doing that. It's just he didn't know how to act. He's not saying he didn't get support from you guys, by the way. He just didn't know how to be a streamer in this new position because he has been in AoE 2 for 15 years. And so, again, I think he's articulating himself well. Nobody cares, Lamau. God, give me the patience. Okay, he's giving it to me. Great. Going on. And if I was a coach, like in your case, it probably got very frustrating. And Grubby, your tone was so full of ease and understanding that I wasn't even picking up on the fact that you were starting to lose patience with me and were getting frustrated. I only found out by watching your VOD later. Well, I didn't notice it either, because I guess I just kept it at bay. I was being as positive and informative as possible for him, while trying to fan a flame in vain. Fan a flame of love for the game. But it was in vain because he wasn't ready. And then at some point, I was like, just do it because I said so. Because he was sputtering so much. He was struggling. He was struggling every single step of the way. Just do it. And yeah. Okay. So yes, I'm deeply sorry to you and the fans out there. I've seen a lot of people say I'm probably just an AoE 2 guy through and through, and maybe that's true. But I think I didn't really put myself in a position to enjoy the game from the jump, and the pressure made it worse. I get it. I'm really disappointed in myself because I should have been better. I think it's okay. He tried. I don't think he needs to be disappointed in him. At least I'm not disappointed in him. Like it can happen, man. Like, he's been very transparent about all of it, which I really admire. He's not played any tricks. He did his best, just couldn't enjoy it this time around. Wasn't ready, tried it, and that's all fine. No drama. He doesn't need to apologize. But it's still very respectful of him to do it. But possibly it would be even more disrespectful to keep pushing forward if I'm not enjoying myself and someone else could be filling my spot. It's been so sick to see what the Warcraft 3 community is like right now, and I hope it continues. I'm really sorry to you in the community, and I appreciate your offer of resigning his position and understanding. I hope the rest of the event slays. Again, not needed, but super nice of him to say so. It's your show, dude. It's your show. You can say however it wants. Right, and so then I just responded, and you can read that on my Discord. But I'm not gonna get too deep into that. So T90 is out, which means I needed to find a replacement. Who is filling T90's hole? You're all wondering. This person has experience in Age of Empires 4, StarCraft 2. He was Masters in StarCraft 2. He was high rank in 2v2, 3v3, 4v4 in AoE 4. He has experience in a MOBA game. Not bad in a MOBA game at all. Dota 2. Our new participant, forced to be human to replace T90's spot, is Singh. Singh is a Dutch Dota and variety streamer. And we're very happy to have him. Super sick. He's gonna start practice tomorrow. Let's go. Welcome, Singh. Experience in MOBA ruffle, understatement of the year. I wanted to keep it exciting. He's gonna play as human, yes. I don't know who that is, but let's go! Guys, is there any clip that summarizes who Singh is to those that don't know him?
I'm standing here with Mosports, 1437 and Singh. And hi. So, how are you spending your time in Seattle so far if you're not gaming?
Masturbating.
Sorry?
Okay then. Welcome, Singh.